Welcome to our special show, Coronavirus Facts versus Myths. I'm Gargi Rawat. This is the show where we bring you all the very latest on coronavirus, the pandemic, and also all the fake news you need to watch out for. Coming up ahead on the show, our newsmaker of the day, Dr. Ron Malak, Israel ambassador to India, to talk about the India-Israel collaboration to develop new COVID technology and tests. Well, our top story now and our big focus, a group of top Israeli scientists are in Delhi to work with their Indian counterparts to finalize 4 breakthrough pandemic-related technologies to detect the presence of COVID. These include 2 COVID tests that could give results in minutes from a saliva sample, a third that could tell if a person has incipient COVID by listening to their voice, and another one that could detect and uses radio waves on breath samples. The Israelis will be working out of Ames in the national capital, and the project is led by Danny Gold, head of Israel's Directorate of Defense Research and Development, K. Vijay Raghavan, Principal Scientific Advisor to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The funding, logistics, cooperation and results are mutual. Well, to talk more about this entire project, we're now joined by Israel's Ambassador to India, Dr. Ron Malak. Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV on this issue. First and foremost, tell us about these tests that are being developed. If successful, it could take minutes to detect if someone is infected.
Just to put the context, it's been a few weeks that our scientists, best scientists from Israel and India are collaborating in an effort to find rapid tests for COVID-19. Yes, this will be a game changer. It will change dramatically the way that we live under the COVID-19 until finding a vaccine and immunity of all the population. So there are 4 technologies that we found the most promising, those that have the best chances to give us immediate results in a COVID-19 test. One of them is voice. Just to ask, we ask the patient just to speak. And we try to find, yes, so to speak, the fingerprint of the voice, which will indicate if this patient is positive or not positive to COVID-19. Yes, it excites the imagination to think that according to voice, we might be able to recognize whether someone is infected or not. The second one is high frequency. We reflect high frequency on the sample that we take from the patient or whoever we test. And we can see, according to artificial intelligence and big data analysis, again, we can identify by reflecting high frequency terahertz frequency on the sample if someone is infected or not in COVID-19. It's the second technology. The third technology is isothermal test. So by using different temperatures on the sample, we can analyze it and see if we get the fingerprint or so to speak fingerprint of COVID-19. And the fourth technology that we are testing now is a polyamino kind of proteins that are related to COVID-19. That if we know to identify them, we will be able to say within few seconds if someone is infected or not. So these are the technologies. The best scientists from the MOD of Israel, DRDD, accompanied by experts from our Ministry of Health, are now collaborating with the principal advisor, scientific advisor of Prime Minister Modi, and with DRDO, MOD of India, and they are jointly working on this result. We are in very advanced stage of this research. As I said, it started a few weeks ago, and we had some tests in Israel, and now we are at the next stage is to have these tests and to upscale them here in India, working together and holding fingers. This will succeed. It will be a very good news, not only for India and Israel, but for the world.
Right, absolutely. These tests will be quite a breakthrough once, they are established. But tell us about the entire research. The first part has already happened, the research and development in Israel. And if you could tell us more about the collaboration with India and how soon can we expect results? What is the timeline we're looking at?
We are working very fast. And the results will be there within few weeks. Within few weeks, we will know if these technologies are working. And what is very good and what is promising, giving hope, is that maybe we will find out that we need to use maybe a combination of more than one technology So there are 4 technologies that are proven in laboratory that they give good results, but we want to have a very robust results. So maybe using 2 of them or 3 in combination of them will give us a rapid results. And this will also be very cheap comparing to the test that we have now, because this is something that you don't need to send to a laboratory. It's made locally. So think how excites the imagination if we have just something, if someone just need to blow the tube, and after 20, 30 seconds, we know if it's infected or not infected. Think what it can do to, as international flights, to big conferences, events, all those things that we are now prevent from doing. It will change dramatically the way that we live under this pandemic until we'll find vaccine and until we'll have all the population of the world immune. This will take time.
Right. And so what about the production aspect of this? Are we already in talks with private partners to scale up production once these tests are established?
No. Since we want to have very fast results, we are talking also about what will be the day after. If we find it succeed, how we are going to produce it and mass production of it. And of course, we are working also on that, different scenarios. And of course, again, the collaboration between Israel and India is so promising because, this is part of how our relations thrived and got to work strategic partnership because we really complete each other. So Israel doesn't have the manufacturing capability that India has. So but we bring this technology, work together, and for us in many, many other fields and aspects, we work together on the technology. We produce in India, for India and for the world. Israel is a small country, fully employed. For us to come to India, precious friend, to work together, to make together in India, and then to the world is something that matches so well. And this is one reason why this collaboration works so well.
And what are the other technologies that the team from Israel has brought with them?
Yes, well, yesterday we landed, I had this special flight that came from Israel with 3 components. One of them is this delegation of researchers that are looking forward to see them succeeding in this, giving us some rapid tests, reliable rapid tests. The second component is that we brought all the medical equipment that we developed with our innovation and cutting-edge technologies to fight COVID-19. All these equipment, medical equipment and systems, they were found useful and efficient in Israel. We brought them here. Some of them were contributed by the companies. Some of them we purchased with a special budget that we got from our Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Gabi Ashkenazi. I myself went to the hospitals with experts from Ministry of Health to see what are the equipment, what are the systems that were proven very useful. We bought them, we gathered them together, and bought all these systems and equipment here to India to share with our counterparts here. Firstly, a hospital, AIMS hospital, and many other hospitals, the Ministry of Health here in India. For example, we brought a medical robot that was found very useful because what mainly we want to do is to minimize the exposure of the medical staff and the patients. So we brought some monitoring systems using artificial intelligence, big data, machine learning. This is a system that improves themselves while gathering more and more data, and really enables the medical staff to monitor and to treat the patients from distance. So protecting them. We also some special sanitizing materials that were developed in Israel, disinfecting big surfaces for a long period of time, and were found very, very useful. So all this equipment, all these devices are there with us, came yesterday with this special flight. And the third component, which is not less important, we bought advanced respirators. And what is so special about that is that these respirators are export banned in Israel. But for India, we got a special waiver. I myself got a special waiver from the Minister of Health and the Minister of Economics. And we got this waiver and we bought this 83 advanced respirators. We bought them with us at this special flight from India.
All right, thank you so much, Ambassador, for speaking to us, and very exciting these technologies that are being researched by this team of Indian and Israeli scientists. Well, the other big focus on the show today, a look at resurgence of coronavirus cases in Asian countries.